So we are going to continue where we last left off, where I said we were going to give a little cliffhanger. But as you saw, they was getting towards the end, so obviously now we're kind of in the epilogue, so we're going to see where this is going to go. Hopefully all the choices that I made up to this point will pay off. About a month has passed since I returned from Sovietnock, or to say it more correctly, since I woke up. I returned to my usual life as a loner, surfing the internet for days, going outside only to shop. As expected, I began to suit me again. Does he have his beard? I'm kind of curious if he does. Well, obviously, moments of melancholy and depression occurred. A person like me just can't do without them. But they lasted no longer than usual, except those times when, while sleeping, I returned to that summer, the mysterious camp. But after awakening, I tried to banish these thoughts as soon as possible. After all, what's the point of dreaming of becoming a wizard? Even if miracles happen, and I was proof that they do, they absolutely completely dependent on us. Independent of us. The word sweet doesn't give you a sweet taste regardless of how often you pronounce it. But nevertheless, something has changed in my existence. Formerly, I didn't think ahead, didn't really care how long I would live, whether 1 week or 40 years. But now I look forward to it without optimism. Not like I try to change anything and to become a different person, but the world now seems more understandable. Not simple, not friendly, no, not friendly at all, but just understandable. Before, I just couldn't cope with some events or facts, though I kind of realized that they were there for a reason. Now I started seeing life as something simple. What happens, happens for the best. Or at least it happens and I can live with it. And if I can't, I'm powerless in that case. I guess I started smiling more often. Or at least I didn't carry that look of deep, universal frustration 24/7. Even my acquaintances on the internet obviously noticed some change in me, and their opinions agree that these changes are good. Now I think I'm ready to live on, thanks to Soviet and its inhabitants. Without them, I wouldn't be able. Ha! It was the beginning of January. The city had barely recovered from the New York hangover. The streets were almost empty during the day, not to mention the nights, when the only stranger walking down the street seemed extremely busy with some business, rushing somewhere for a reason that couldn't wait. I had no such reason. I decided to have a little walk. It's necessary to get some fresh air sometimes. A winter's night is the best time to be alone with yourself. I always thought that true solitude could be felt in a crowd rather than in a burning hot desert, boundless plain on top of a mountain covered with snow. In the stream of people, words, thoughts, and aspirations, everyone had their own aim and direction. And I was the only one strolling among them, deserving no attention from others. Maybe they're like vectors, moving in different directions. They never meet at partisan coordinates. It's the same thing here. These people are walking, running in one direction, and I'm dragging along in the other. But did I feel lonely? Before, yes, but now highly unlikely. In the bright, blinding lights of the city, the noise of cars, and the swirling crowds, I enjoyed a heavenly symphony of silence. But now the situation is slightly different. There is just me in the street, so I am alone not only within my own self, but within the whole world. Being a sand grain in a desert is not the same thing as being a water drop in an ocean. In the crowd, nobody noticed me, nobody paid any attention, but now everyone who peeks out the window or see me while driving past will think, why can't he just stay home? Maybe he has some urgent matter. Suppose he's mad, or is he just drunk? I never like standing out from the crowd when it is not appropriate, so opposing society was never an option for me. But now it was different. As if I tried to tell everybody, look, I could be happy too, you need your TV and your chocolate, but I just need the snow. The night, a dark room, and a dull monitor screen, look, and I'm not any worse off than you. I felt sadness in my heart, but it was a serene sadness. Do I really need the things that they have and I do not? Maybe I have something much more valuable. I didn't notice how I came to the bus stop of 410 route. This brings back memories. I sat down and rummaged in my pockets trying to find cigarettes. However, the pocket was empty. Fine. I crumpled it up and threw it into the bin. Maybe I'll get healthier. A lonely star was shining in the sky. Today I read on the internet that according to the calculations of scientists, one of the most beautiful astronomical events has already ceased to exist, and we'll see it only decades later. Maybe this star has already exploded as well, and now it is only a beautiful image in the night sky somewhere near a lost planet on the edge of the galaxy. However, why does one or another thing exist? Is it simply because it's just there, has shape, it can be touched? Or is it because we believe that it exists? At first thought, it's simple, but on the other hand, even if the star is gone, we can still see its cold night light. Maybe it helped someone to get out of a snowy winter forest, gave someone hope, or a bit of warmth to someone else. Could a simple astronomical object that exploded God knows when below us? Can billions of people believe in something that doesn't really exist? Yeah, but belief itself never made any object real. At least none that I've ever heard of. That snowfall grew stronger, now it was a real snowstorm. Midnight. I was about to leave, but suddenly someone emerged from the solid white veil and ran under the bus stop roof. Let me guess. Who you think it's gonna be? It was clearly a girl. She had a long ponytail hanging out of her hood. Yeah, it's Slayva. She stood with her back to me so I couldn't make out her face. Is she gonna be a little older? Excuse me, that's the last bus already left. She asked without turning to me. Where can she be heading to so late? The 410 must be the most cursed route in this city. Not only does it sometimes take people away to another reality, but it can't even arrive when you want it to. There is one more bus coming just after midnight, I think. Thank you. The smile was clear in her voice. For some time, I just sat silently examining the girl. Finally, she spoke. Where are you going so late? Is it really that interesting for her? Just having a walk. I answered thoughtfully. And you? Are you here for something important? Well, not really. Just going home. Where do you live? I couldn't help asking. Far away. She said vaguely. And I live nearby. It's a good area. I would say there couldn't be a worse one. I didn't have too many options. You don't like it? Don't know. I got used to it by now. I think that people can be happy anywhere they want. Perhaps. Well, think of it. People live even at the North Pole, in stations, and in the Sahara Desert, and in many other places. It's the people themselves that are the most important. It's difficult to disagree with you. My comment sounded so philosophical that I unconsciously smiled. You don't sound too honest to me. Now, why would you say that, man? She laughed quietly. I think you're a good person. Now she turned and... I realized why her voice, stature, and everything else seemed familiar to me. That's why I voiced her familiar, because I kind of already knew who it was when you mentioned the long hair. Come on now. It's like you didn't have to see the face, knew who it was gonna be. Slayva stood in front of me. For a moment, I lost the ability to speak, just for a moment. Of course, it could just be a girl who looks like Slayva from my dream. Nope. Or am I experiencing the strangest deja vu? This city is not a pioneer camp. I am not wearing a uniform and it's not summer now. Trying to convince myself that it's just an illusion, I decided to ask a question. Have we met before? She carefully inspected me and smiled. I don't think so. But your face seems familiar. Have you ever been to a pioneer camp as a kid? Of course not. She laughed. When I was born, they had already been disbanded. Oh, right. Although, I had a dream recently. She thought for a second. Me too. I mean, about the pioneer camp. Maybe that is where it went. Coincidence that everybody in this camp are all dreaming the same thing. How would that be? It's like, you were dreaming something. Yeah, what was it about? I was in this camp. So did I. I was dreaming the same thing. What, you were there? It's like, I bet there were some other people there. It's like, I'm gonna guess this is Slayva older though. I'm gonna guess. She still looks like her though. uh, possibly. By the way, my name is Slavia, actually. My full name is Slaviana, but everyone calls me Slavia. You could do that too. Of course, I already knew your name was gonna be that. Coincidence, right? Slaviana. That's interesting. I was about to tell her that I know, but then I stopped short. If you really think about it, too, guys, she is the only one in this game that has a Russian name. The other girls, Lena and Alyssa, those aren't really Russian names. I mean, I guess they could be. That well, if you think of it, though, because the game setting takes place in Russia. But in this case, her though, along with Olga, the only ones I can recall, and Xenia are Russian names. The other ones, like Miku, is Japanese. Lena, that could be any name, but Ilyana, that doesn't sound Russian. I mean, maybe it could be. I don't know. Some people say Alyssa could be. I don't know. There's people that can have a variety of names, but when you think of Russian names like that, her name comes to mind. Like it just immediately stands out from the other names. I don't know. It just kind of does. I don't know, compared to it. It's interesting how they do that. After all, it is important to know that why Slavia from my dream is standing right here, right now in front of me at this Rosa stop of the charm bus, number 410. After all, there are dreams that you don't want to wake up from. True that. And mine is Semi. What a lovely name. Starts with an S too. Yeah. So, you live far away, don't you? Well, not really. So you named the district. I thought it would be somewhere in the south. Why? Don't know. Maybe because you look like a pioneer. Oh, you and your pioneers. Maybe we wouldn't ever meet if not for them. Why? Her expression became serious. Just a joke. Listen, do you agree that the world exists because we believe in it? That's like some kind of subjective idealism. Slavia thought for a bit. This school of philosophy became closer to me recently. Well, I don't know. I am not that good with these subjects. What are your subjects then? She smiled. Different ones. No doubt. But it's just been a few minutes since we met. But it seems like it's been much longer. For some reason, I've got the same feeling. An awkward pause followed. The snowfall has eased, but there was still no bus. I looked at my watch and assumed that it won't arrive at all. Slavia seemed to feel even colder by now as her cheeks grew more red and her hands were now moving frantically, trying to warm her body. Seemed like the 410 bus is done for the day. I guess, she said sadly. If you want. I started after pulling myself together. Well, you can stay at my place. But we just met. She laughed. She didn't seem frightened even a tiny bit. Yes, I understand, but it's so cold outside. Aren't you afraid? Robbie looked at me playfully. Me? Should I be? Who knows? Who knows? I just suggested it. Don't think anything of that sort. I started to make excuses. I understand. She laughed. If you don't mind, of course. Even though it seemed possible, she flushed even more. Should we go? Let's wait a bit longer. Maybe it will arrive. Okay. Wow. So, what do you do in your spare time? Slavia asked after a while. Alright, well, work at home, kind of. I just could tell her that I do nothing. Sounds good. If that would be, I was like, I really don't do anything. But yeah, some people it's kind of like, how are you gonna tell them what do you do with your time? I just spend most of my time on the internet. I don't really. You don't work anywhere. What do you do for a living? I had jobs. I just don't really work right now. So I don't know. It's like, yeah, I think we get a little bit too embarrassed to say something like that because you might think the person might not want to go out with you because, like, finances. Then it's just like, oh, you just want to be with me because of money. I see how it is now. Why? I know you have a lot of free time. You don't have to go anywhere. So, are you? I was trying to change the subject somehow. I'm studying. Getting an echo examples to do. What is that? Sloppy ass, seriously. Never mind. I'll be an ecologist. Well, a career to be proud of. She mentioned her back during the, back there at the camp, how she was kind of a nature girl, as I mentioned. She has a thing for nature. Yeah, I could kind of see her in something, might have something like to do with like animals. I don't know, anything like that. We chatted about random things, and the bus was still nowhere to be seen. It was past 1 already. Time passed by so fast. I guess Lobby understood my thoughts. Shall we go? She smiled. I stood up and headed slowly towards my house. She carefully held onto my arm and looked into my eyes. I'm sure that this year will be better than the previous one. Now keep in mind, this apparently was a month. I don't know. After all this, it's kind of interesting how that worked. Every story has its beginning and its end, is it now? Every story has its own outline, synopsis, contents, key points, a prologue, and an epilogue, okay? And there is no book which, if you read it again, would not reveal new details you didn't notice before. Every story has its beginning and its end. Almost every. Okay? Huh. Was that it? Yeah, I think it was. Not really sure what that ending I got. Was that a good ending, guys, or was that a bad ending? I'm not really sure what it was. I mean, it's like you saw her there, but I don't really think the relationship progressed. I mean, I know I made some choices. You can TNT, if you're kind of watching this, you could let me know if any choice I made along the way somewhere could get me whatever ending she could get. Is there another ending with her? I have no idea, but I basically try to follow the guide to whatever choices that supposedly lead you to her good ending. I don't know if that was. So, if that was her good ending, I'm not really sure what to think of it, because I would have to see what her bad ending is about to know if this is any different. Maybe I'll have to do that on my own time. I'm not really sure. But that would require me to go through the whole damn game again to pick bad choices, I don't know. That would kind of net me to get a bad ending with her. I don't know. But Lena's, I already kind of saw that one before, so I don't really feel like seeing that one again. I can't deal with suicides and depression and all that. It's kind of pretty depressing. I don't know. Huh. Thank you and goodbye for now. Okay, well, so that was the ending. So this was definitely a little bit shorter than I kind of originally had wanted to do. Let me check the gallery though. So I got, obviously the CGs that I have mostly have to do with her. So we got a couple here. Let's see, I think this was a beginning. This was, I think, during the comic route mostly. Huh. I didn't know what that was. It was kind of interesting though. And like I said, this was like the first day, a couple of them that kind of happened. What else do we have? This one. This was the one time Xenia was actually a part of the lineup, which was kind of interesting. Miku was kind of missing here. I didn't really get why she wasn't included when they consider her to be a main heroine. I'm not really sure that. It's kind of weird. Xenia, as I mentioned, first day you meet her, obviously. Miku, classic position where they wanted you to meet her. It's like, okay. Like, I didn't expect to come into the music room and then this is the scene you get, but, and that was because I did take the key, because to get on Slavia's route, you're supposed to leave it there or whatnot, I don't know. So I didn't really know what to think of that key. And there's more, obviously. Couple with her there. The dance scene. By the way, this one here, there was a point where she was naked, but you didn't see anything. Everything was just kind of blanked off screen, and he was supposedly looking at her naked. I don't know. But they did show one part of the scene with this. Not really sure what she was doing out there, but let's just say he was just kind of fantasizing watching her. Yeah. Probably doing something else, too. Probably doing that. The part where he was talking about different things. It was kind of an interesting scene here. What else do we have? The classic fall down on the girl scene. Obviously, you have to have one of those, right? Classic, right? Like I said it at the time. Okay, they're in the library, and this is the point where he was helping her. In there, and I said, okay, how's this gonna go? You knew something was gonna happen with these two in this place, and eventually it did, and this is what you get. A scene with Ilyana, although in this case, I had him running away from her instead of helping her after, she put a bug in his, I don't know if it was that or it was another scene, I can't remember what it was. It's the only time you actually see her up this close, which is interesting. What else do we have? I took her with me, obviously, because I had enough points to take her with me at the time. During the, when they were looking for Shurik kind of thing, when he was racing. Which, honestly, the game never really addressed that. The game never really addressed where he went, why he ended up going there in the first place. But he did end up making up some type of robot looking thing, or whatever you want to call it, that had ears on its head. My guess is he saw you, is my guess, is what I said. So, I don't know. And then here is the scene with him when we first bump into him. It's kind of funny. Yeah. Some of you guys are probably like, is that Alyssa's ass? Yeah, this part really stuck out to me at the point when I first saw this. It's like, okay, which one would you notice first? This butt or Ilyana here? I think this would give that away. It's like, okay, what's going on in this scene? Another CG, which was kind of interesting. This was kind of more recent, though. I missed it one with Miku, apparently, that you were supposed to get in her route, but for some reason it did not come up. I'm not really sure. This was they went to go to some type of island to pick some cherries or whatnot, strawberries, I should say, and I did it with Slayva. So that was interesting. Although, I did say it was kind of dickish how they kind of left Lena by herself there. The nurse with two colored eyes is what I said. Yeah. I don't recall this scene, but this is kind of interesting. I might have missed this somewhere. I'm not really sure, though. That's kind of funny, though. I'm gonna guess this probably has more to do with Ilyana than Alyssa, though. Let's see. Laying down. Yeah. This is where they kind of ended up there, and Olga kind of yelled at him, which was funny. Before they got into the deed. And this, honestly, if you think about it, this was pretty much was the last image, honestly. It's kind of funny. And there we go. Slayva. And the other one. And that was pretty much it. So, huh. Okay, guys, so that was Slavia's route that just pretty much ended there. Now, I don't know if I got the good ending or what I got. Uh, since UT&T is the only one that knows this game, since I already kind of just completed her route, you can go ahead and give me any spoilers away you want to do just for her, though, for now. Don't do the rest. But let me know if what ending I got there that I could either change it based on that. So for now, you'll see the title as whatever the name it is, and then I'll just go from there. If it's a good ending, then I'll retitle it as good ending. If it's bad ending, then I'll just go bad ending. I can't really see for the life of me how that was a bad ending, but then again, you didn't really get any forward progress of their relationship. It just kind of seemed like barely kind of got going, and all of a sudden, it's like he's back there. She shows up. She does go back to his place, so maybe I'm assuming maybe the relationship kind of goes from there. But I do have more questions than answers in terms of that. So that's pretty much all I have to add for it. So I don't know. So it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to go. So when I do a no game, obviously I'm going to go in a different way. So, and since I kind of already know what I'm going to do, I'm just going to forward this because I kind of already saw everything here. Come on. Okay, this is where I'm going to leave it at. Okay, guys, so when I come back, obviously this new choice will be here, and this will begin somebody else's route. So, yeah. So what I'm going to do is overwrite this save, and yeah. So that'll be for whoever I do for next time. So, okay. So, until then, guys, I will see you guys next time.